Early bird catches the worm. I've got it in my mouth. For all the officers and Dan the Brit, good to have you here, mate. Good to have you here. Is this Danny Hall? Is that Dan the Brit? Let us know. Guys and gals, great to have you here. It's the Monday stream. I don't know if most of you saw the questions video that came out yesterday. I'd love you to get involved. I care what you think. Okay, it's important that you stimulate the channel, your channel, by asking those questions that make people think, or put me into a box where I've got to answer something tough. So do that. Jay speak nothing but truth. There you go. Isaac, I hope your leg has been glued back on again. It's already saying we're having trouble with YouTube stream strength. Tonight, team, we're going to be talking about the preconditioning program for the Australian Army, which I do not understand. It's been out for a long time. I do not understand it because basic training is a preconditioning program for military service. So why do you need a preconditioning program for a preconditioning program? It doesn't make sense at all. G'day from Townsville, Jaddock Productions. Good to have you here, my man. Foxy, how's your camels going? And that's not derogatory, team. She actually has them. Some of those hope-humped friends of hers. Hey, NK, we've got Lauren here as well. We've got Dave D, smelly Dave D. We've got Max Bigham, as many Bighams as you can get, maximum. We've got Happy Hobo. You know, I wish I was doing the hobo at the moment, but my ex-partner's about to go out of town for a couple of weeks, so I'll be the full dad. I'd like to know, what are your thoughts on the preconditioning program? Do you know the ins and outs of it? Let's have a look at it, because we're going to look at some videos on it tonight too. It's very important that we take home the facts, so to speak. So what I'm going to quickly do here, while I'm saying my g'days to you. G'day, Carl P. How you going, buddy? Thanks for the conversation today. And Dave D, thanks for your conversation too. Where are we? So this is the stats, team. This is the stats which I do not understand. And we're going to be speaking about, I can't quite see you at the moment, your comments, but here we go. I'm going to read this out. So the preconditioning program, from what I believe, is for political reasons to allow for quotas to be able to get into the military that wouldn't otherwise get in. We all know you do a U session, you do an assessment session, okay, you do a psychological screening, and you do a fitness test. Now, the only way to get into the preconditioning course is to come up substandard. So that doesn't make sense, because the majority of people I speak to say that they were told to come back in a year, you're not ready. So if you're not ready, why weren't they recommended for the preconditioning program? Yet other people, depending on their gender, etc., are given special allowance, a double standard, not tied to capability. And that doesn't make sense, because we need to have the A team ready regardless of what the job is, career. And as a result, double standards creates rifts, creates double standards and a separation of military where we stop thinking we're all one team. And as a result, the recruiting process suffers first as a failure of leadership to have a true metric of service, understanding that also the talent pool group that we have in Australia is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as we get more and more comfortable in our skin, so to speak. A lot of people with too much skin and too much to fill it. But what does this say? Looking to really hit the ground running in your Army career, the Army Preconditioning Program is the perfect way to kickstart your preparation. If that's the reason, then they'd have it instead of Kapooka. No. The boost to your fitness, confidence and resilience, that should have been sorted out during the psychological tool, a HR asset that is, to the Australian Army. Now, the Army Preconditioning Program runs for 7 weeks. The taxpayer pays for this. Remember that. Does the member get paid? I don't know. At Kapooka, they wear an orange patch. The aim's to help you feel ready and prepared. I don't care. That's why we have shock of capture. It's meant to scare the shit out of you. It's meant to break down what you used to be into a different version. You're here as a volunteer. Remember that one. As upon completion of the preparation, you will enter at week 3. So you're already not going to be part of the family that all started at week 1, the pre-week. Here's what you'll be doing. Fitness, including circuit and 40-minute formal lesson with a statement of relevance. And I don't know if that's happening. Adventure, undertaking, caving, roping, abseiling, and kayaking. Why? This is not an adventure camp. This is a tax-paid preparation for a serious career following the footsteps of the Anzacs. This is not meant to be a fun camp, and if you go in with that mindset, you are going to treat it that way. Now, this is the bit that hurts my brain. Apply for general. This is what you have to do. You have to already have applied for general entry. It's designed for people who, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to move this over a little bit. Applied for people who want to work in the Army and would like extra support to prepare. No, you're not ready. Go home. Come back in a year. Time is on your side. To be eligible, you need to have applied for a general entry role, so you've already failed. If you haven't applied yet, you need some help with the application, okay? Number 2 is get recommended. So to get recommended for this means you've already failed in confidence, in mental resilience, or physicality. After your initial online testing, a careers coach will be on hand to guide you through it. Yep. This is the bit that hurts me. You couldn't have sex by yourself at this fitness level. There are multiple programs held throughout the year of Kapooka. To be eligible, you must be at least 17 years old. Okay. If in doubt, tell them to come back in a year. Have applied for a general entry role in the Army and be able to meet the fitness requirements. These requirements for combat roles. If you're a male, do not ever come to work for people like me if you had to do this program with females only have to do 2 push-ups. That means you can't even get up from a fucking sunbake. That's out of control. Men, 4. I wish some of the fights I'd had in my life were against people who can only do 4 push-ups. Sit-ups, 20. Shuttle run, 5.5. And this is combat roles. The combat support roles, push-ups, females, 1. Males, 2. That is out of control. Sit-ups, 9. Shuttle run, 4.9. Disgrace. Let's get rid of that. It's hurting me. It's actually hurting me. Back to your questions here. 24, what's going on? Let's go. Prepare yourself. Be accountable. Let's go to 23. Scotty, buffering. Oh, shit. Okay, it's just going back to excellent condition. Sorry about that, team. As you're not ready, then you're not ready to come back when you're ready. Yeah, that's right. No pre-program for officers, nor should there be. Scotty, g'day, mate. Ozanan. Because while I was at Kapooka, the preconditioning program was for females only. It did start off at that and had orange tabs. Through this was in 2000.